Hello everyone and welcome to the Common Corner. This is voiceover L from the present day. It is exactly 2 minutes past midnight, Thursday 10th of April. And as can be seen from this video from the past, it is 30th of March, so this is when the video was originally filmed. I got quite busy a few days later and I also ended up making an April cover page video instead of editing this one, but I thought that I would still want to share with you. So let us take a trip into the past to about 10 days ago and let the L from end of March take over and invite you into the contents of this video. Good morning, my friends. Good day. Good day to you all watching. Welcome to the Common Corner. I'm inviting you today to a Sunday morning here around my lovely little half round table. It's sunny here in lovely London, but we are still lighting a candle because it's just a ritual that I enjoy so much. Today we're going with a little tea light in a kind of a ceramic plate, or it's not really a plate, a little snack bowl that my sister made for me. All of my sisters are very talented, and the twins who you've met on this channel before, they both make ceramics, and also so does my mother. They are very talented, and one of the twins, Viola specifically, she made me this little bowl, and now that I'm thinking about it, it actually looks like there's some ink splotches around it, so I thought it would be very appropriate for this channel and for our little morning hangout. So I'm going to be treating this little session of filming as a hangout. You know, when you upload on Instagram like close friend stories, those stories might be a little bit more personal, or just something that you're not sure if anyone else really is interested in, but you know that your close friends would be interested in. So I'm treating this video a bit like that. I want to just do a little bit of journaling, do a bit of kind of backfilling from yesterday, and also just enjoy looking through some of the postcards that I've been receiving from pen pals recently, and just kind of share the joy, I guess. So yeah, that's what we will be doing today. My nails are a little bit painted because, well, I'm still in my hospital rotation. I'll be going on to my 3rd week of geriatrics this upcoming week, so starting from tomorrow, since it is Sunday at the moment. It's just about 10 a.m. I've just done my little timestamp on my daily page, and my partner Ka has just left to do his jewellery market in North London, and I'm actually wearing a ring that he made for me, which is also something that you can find from Gum Designs, which is his brand. Well, you can find something kind of similar. And yesterday I was helping him out at the market, so I painted my ring fingers with a silver paint because all of his jewelry is silver, so I wanted to go with that theme. Today I would have normally gone with him to help him out at the market, but I'm glad that I have a bit more of a restful day coming because it's then another busy week. And I have a friend of mine coming to visit here, and we are going to do travel journaling together. I'm very excited for it because I did a YouTube live back in October, I want to say, or maybe November, where I was working on my Hong Kong travel journal. So I went to Hong Kong back in October. And I haven't really done like dedicated travel journaling before. So this is kind of my first time that I have a full traveler's notebook insert for for this trip, and I haven't completed it yet. So there's still a few more things that I need to do to complete this. And my friend also went to New York in November, so she's gonna do travel journaling about New York. So we're meeting today here at my place, so I can share my resources. And we're gonna have a good time and a relaxing time. Like I said, it's very sunny outside. There's cherry blossoms in the park, and I'm really enjoying myself. And I have a bit more of my hot coffee left. And today I woke up and also felt like having an iced coffee, so I might even have an iced coffee later in this video. I would like you to also meet my good friend Angel. She has just popped out a new leaf. This is the leaf in question, and it is beautiful. I thought that she can come hang out with us. She's a monstera plant that my sister gave to me. So whenever I say my sister, it might be confusing because I have 4 younger sisters. But this specific sister is the one that was born right after me, so we only have 2 years difference, like age difference. And she came to visit. Was it last spring or the spring before that? I kind of want to say last spring. I'm pretty sure it was last spring. I think it might have actually been the spring before that. Anyway, Angel was bought from the area in London called Angel, so it was a fitting name. This is the first leaf that Angel had put out, like the one that was already there when I got her. So it's a little bit, it's been damaged in the move when I moved houses, but they're good friends, this new leaf and this older one. So I thought that she could hang out with us. I've been really into plants recently. I've been doing some repotting for the first time in my life. I do apologize to my plants. They've never been repotted until a few weeks ago, but I just didn't really know how to do that previously. I don't know if I really even talked about it. Ooh, I don't know if I talked about it. This was a few weeks ago. I know that I mentioned Anora, and there was a few people in the comments who also really loved Anora, and I haven't gotten around to answering a lot of my comments. Whenever my brain is in a weird funk, I appreciate the kind words more than ever, but I somehow can't bring myself to find the good words to respond back. So I do apologize for that, but I'm hoping to get around to them, even if it is like a month later, like month after you've commented. But yes, here on the 3rd of March, so earlier this month, I did some repotting of my plants, and it was just such a great Monday afternoon. It was very therapeutic, and I really loved it. These were a few really good days. Yeah. And then I got a bit ill, as you can see, which is what I talked about in the video earlier this week. What my Sunday morning consists of quite often, if I don't have my part-time tutoring happening, is going through my pages and just enjoying kind of flipping through them. I feel like when I made the video earlier this week, I didn't really go that much into detail about what's been happening. I was just really excited to catch up with you all, but I guess I didn't really go as much into detail as I would have liked. I did mention this movie, Vital, this Japanese film about a medical student. Let me know if anyone's seen it. I'm very, very curious to hear anyone's thoughts on this. Yeah, it was a friend of mine who's an actor and a writer who recommended it to me. And she has very good taste in film, so I always trust her recommendations, and yeah. I barely give things any more than 4 stars, so this getting 4.5 means that it really kind of shifted my life in some kind of way.
these days, while I still do keep to-do lists at the top here, I've been also using them as little like inboxes. So inboxes of like ideas and stuff. So here, for example, I think I was watching Mina Lee's, actually, I can't remember her YouTube channel. I'm gonna try to link it down below. And I'm gonna put that in today's to-do. Yeah, I was watching Mina's channel and she does this brilliant video essays. And she was in Switzerland recently and was dedicating a bit more time to reading and writing notes on the reading. She's not, I think she doesn't really keep notebooks and journals in the same way that a lot of people in this community do, but she was keeping a notebook about her books and the books she was reading. And she said that she kind of wants to curate this media library. And I feel like, I don't know, something about that clicked for me. Like having one book where everything that you've read or watched or listened to, like music, podcasts, books, maybe YouTube channels, movies, films, yes, short films, etc. It would all be in this media library of like one single notebook. I think that really appeals to me because yes, I do keep a media log in my monthly pages, but this is new as of this year. I have before kind of mentioned on my daily pages if I watch a film or finish reading a book, etc., but I've never kind of collected them in one place. So I started trialing it, when I kind of made a bit of a brainstorming spread, because this book only started in January, so I used the monthly page for December to make a little brainstorm of how I wanna use this spread, because I wanted to be a bit more intentional with it this year. And yeah, I have been logging TV shows, books, and music. And as the months have gone by, I've also added in other. First it was something else, so this was YouTube channels and podcasts. And now I've made a dedicated space for podcasts, YouTube, TV and movies, music, and books. And this has continued. I've already made the little log for April as well. And even though the spread, like the layout is similar, I changed the style a little bit. So with in March, I wanted there to be a bit of greenery on this page, but I wanted it to be quite minimal in comparison to February, where there was a clear theme going on and it was kind of this browny beige color. This one, I wanted to step a bit away from color somehow, have some comforting items here, like a coffee shop. I have a little sticker that says "Let's go home together" in gold embossing, a few stars, the leaves of a tree poking out of a window, because this is something I love observing when spring is on its way. I love seeing the leaves come into the trees, and I kind of check on the trees nearby here, like every now and then, to see how far along the tree is in budding its leaves. And then also here some, I don't know what these are in English, but basically I've been in the geriatric ward, so a ward that has a lot of older people, and specifically this is an ortho-geries ward, so older people that have maybe had a fall or some kind of accident that's caused them to break some bones or something like that. So I have these crutches, I think they're called in English, yeah. And yes, so here I've been keeping a media log. But what I'm thinking of doing is maybe, I don't know if I really need a new notebook for this. This is the thought that I've been having a lot, is that when you first get into keeping a journal or a planner and you get comfortable with it, you start noticing that it's very fun and you're enjoying it. And the second that you start feeling this way, I feel like our brain will look for new reasons to have new notebooks, so we can have more fun, and that we can kind of keep going with this extensive archiving of our life, extensive in a good way. So when I started, and this is actually something I've been wanting to touch on in a video, when I started daily journaling, it started in a blank Muji notebook. Then very soon after that, I discovered Hobonichi and my life changed. So now I have my lovely Hobonichi, which I've been keeping for almost 3 years. Excuse me for that cough. I'm on the recovery path. Thank you for everyone who's been sending well wishes. So yes, as I was saying, soon after having my Hobonichi, or actually not very soon after, it was a full year of keeping my Hobonichi as my only book. Then I got gifted the Traveler's Notebook cover from This Joe Journals, and I started to keep kind of like a extra ephemera treasure journal in that. And it was also a place where I just hosted all of my stickers and my stationery. And then soon after, well, not very soon, but after that, a few months after that, I got the Hobonichi Weeks because I felt like my Hobonichi cousin wasn't anymore, like it couldn't fit everything that I needed for my academic and professional life. So then that was moved to Hobonichi Weeks. So you can see a trend here. You can, like, as you keep your notebooks, my life has kind of radiated like from one notebook to like other notebooks. Because I've just found more parts of my life that deserve to be archived on pages. So now I'm talking about this media library and having one book for a media library, but I notice myself kind of diving away from that idea of having one notebook, which is what I always loved to begin with. I guess this is the only book that I work with every single day. And I guess I don't have to be so opposed to having another notebook if I feel like having another notebook. Anyway, so I might toy with the idea of a media library, which would be a book that I can just keep for many, 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 many years as like a notebook that I would just kind of carry on with me, and it would be my treasured media library. Yes, I will keep you updated on that. My parents are coming into London next week. So right now we are on Sunday, March 30th. And my parents are coming on Thursday the 3rd of April. Once again, absolutely insane how fast the year is passing by. You can see that I have 0 plans on this page, and the reason for that is because I don't use the monthly page for planning. I use it for tracking gratitude. And yeah, tracking gratitude, or not so much tracking, but noting down things that I'm grateful for in my days. For example, on the 3rd of March, a beautiful day repotting my plants. That was definitely, like I mentioned earlier, a day that I was very, very, very grateful for. This is, I think, the longest that I've gone this month without doing it. It's been a weird week, and I'm very happy to just maybe even move on to the next month. As you can see here, my mood hasn't been the most kind of happy and stable, but this is something you might already know if you've been watching videos from this month. Or from this year, to be honest. Yeah. I'm just looking at the things that I've been kind of, media that I've been consuming this month. Honorable mentions, let's do. There's a brilliant podcast for anyone who enjoys fashion. Oh, there's a train going by. I don't know if you can hear that. When the balcony doors open, you can sometimes hear the trains that are going from like a few hundred meters away. Yes, if you're into fashion, I really recommend a podcast called Brenda Awareness. So kind of like Brenda Awareness, but without the double A in the middle. So Brenda Awareness for a podcast. For YouTube, I have been loving Sam and Victor's channel. They're a couple from Hong Kong, and they make really cozy like vlogs in Hong Kong. So if you're curious about knowing a bit more about Hong Kong, or maybe you have visited and you miss it, like me, I really recommend their channel. There's a lot of coffee. There's a lot of like coffee shop visiting and doing vintage shopping and so on. It's a good time. Also, Moonlit Journal. Hello, my dear online friend. I've been loving her videos. They are just very, very, very thoughtful and like well curated. And I had no idea that she'd she'd been watching my videos and having this mutual appreciation. And she just gave me the most heartwarming shout out in the previous video, in her or one of her previous videos, and I just appreciated that so much. I just want to say that out loud as well. But all this time, especially this month, and it's also in my previous months, other thing is Moonlit Journals or Moonlit Journal. I really recommend to check it out if you haven't already. Okay, I just get a bit, what's it called, like, is flustered the right word? When you're a bit like, your cheeks go a bit red because you're just very happy and excited. Yeah. From TV and movies, I will say definitely Anora, if you haven't watched it already. I have also been watching Brooklyn 99 for the second time, and it is probably the only sitcom that actually makes me laugh out loud. Yes, LOL. Not to be silly, but yeah, it makes me laugh out loud. It's very, very funny. It caters to my humor like perfectly. For books, I've really only been reading Notebook, A History of Thinking on Paper. I haven't finished the books from the previous month, but I've been all consumed by my dissertation. And for music, yes, there's a new album from this band called Men I Trust. Just go to their Spotify and find the newest album. It's called Ikus Asinus. I have been having that on a loop. It's really, really brilliant. All right. As I said earlier, this is a Sunday hangout. So I'm just yapping about anything that comes to my mind, and I'm having a great time. Okay, next month is already set up. I have stickers from lovely Bronte, her shop, which is called Dear Whoever. Is just brilliant. I really recommend to check it out. I've mentioned that before, but I will mention it again. Yes, Bronte Plans. I'm sure that many of you know her already. My mood log and my kind of body tracking, where I'm kind of tracking any like negative symptoms, I guess, or like negative things in my life. Negative as in I want to keep an eye on them in case I need to show them to the doctor or anything like that. I've had a lot of sick days this month. The X's are me tracking my sick days. This is the most that I've been sick in more than a year. And then I put a dash to the days that I've kept coughing because I'm just curious to see how long it's gonna take for my cough to heal. And it's been about 2 weeks now that I've had this cough altogether, and it's yet to heal, but that's okay. The body takes time. Okay, and I'm very excited to fill this in again, and I just keep thinking about that media library notebook. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of journaling now, and then we're gonna go through some pages as well as some postcards that I'm really keen on showing you. I think I'm gonna go make my iced coffee now because this coffee's gotten a bit lukewarm. I actually want to show you a little bit about my coffee making process. Also, look how cute this little Miffy pin is that my journaling friend, or actually she's just a beautiful friend, but we also met through journaling. My friend got me. She also has a similar Miffy pin on her pencil case, so we're matching. There's a Miffy exhibition, I believe, in maybe Leeds, I think, if anyone's kind of around that area. And I think she got it from there. So I will introduce you to my new favorite mug. So it's like double wall glass. I used to have one that's quite similar but without the green color, but accidentally my partner knocked it over and it shattered. And at the same time it shattered my heart. Not to be dramatic at all. But he recently found this one for me, so I'm very grateful for that, and I love the color. So it basically keeps your drink very hot or very cold. And right now I have some round ice, like little ice balls, I guess. And I was already pouring over my espresso that I made with the mocha pot. But then I was like, oh, I actually want to share this process with you all. So I pour it over the ice so that it kind of cools down as it fills the cup. There we go. And now I'm gonna go get a little bit of milk, oat milk, and a straw. Usually I go with a metal straw, but today I was like, oh, I want to see the color of the coffee as I drink it, so I've chosen this see-through clear straw. I don't know if this is a bit too much milk. I like my coffee quite strong, but iced coffee, I feel like sometimes it's nice to have it a bit more mellow. Ah, perfect. I'm actually now going to get also some of the postcards that I wanted to show you. I'm very excited for this. Somehow, since I've had a pen pal who enjoys postcards, I have been like getting into them as well. Yeah, okay, just a second. Okay, I'm honestly having the best time. I think I'm gonna make more of these like Common Corner hangout videos because somehow I think it really works with my brain that I can just talk about whatever I've been thinking about in the past week. Because sometimes I find myself really wanting to make a video about something specific, but then I notice that my thoughts don't come out as naturally when I want to talk about specific thoughts. So when it's like this and I'm kind of free-flowing with my mind, I find it a lot easier. Ah, that's really, really good. I actually added a little bit of brown sugar to the mocha pot when the coffee was still hot, so that it can kind of dissolve. And the bit of brown sugar adds this very unique flavor to the iced coffee that I really enjoy. So what I'd like to go through is a few postcards that I recently received and just kind of show you them. And then I also have a little package from yesterday's DIY art market where I was at with my partner. Whenever we go to these art markets to sell his jewelry, I love to have a little look around the market and see if there's anything that catches my eye, and there definitely was something that caught my eye yesterday, so we'll get into this in a little bit. So I will first show these two postcards. These were actually on my wall already, but I really wanted to show them to you, hence I kind of brought them out just now. So I have a friend who is studying architecture in Florida. So we went when I lived in Florida. We were in the same like middle school, and I think in the same elementary school as well. And we've stayed friends all 10 years since almost 10 years since we moved back from Florida, and she's now studying architecture and was doing an exchange year in Italy, or like an exchange like study semester, that's the word. And she came to visit recently and she brought me these really beautiful postcards. This one's from Venice when she visited with her friends, and I just think it's beautiful. I love black and white photography, so when I saw these two, my heart melted. And this one is actually from the National Gallery of Singapore, that she got. So one from Venice and one from Singapore. And I just think they're really beautiful, and they inspire me to kind of get back into my photography a little bit. I did do a little photo shoot with my journals recently for my dissertation, so I'd love to share some of those photos soon as well. These I'm gonna go put back on my wall after this video. Then I have a pen pal from Hong Kong, and she has a very extensive postcard collection, and she's been sending me postcards from Hong Kong, and they have just made me so happy, and I appreciate them so much. There's this, and she often kind of packages them in these little envelopes to like keep them safe, and I really appreciate that as well. I really love this like milk tea dedicated postcard where there's this person reading something that could be a journal or it could be a comic book, but you know, and then there's a little classic milk tea cup there, and there's also like a few I'm losing my words. There is a little miniature canteen table with some chairs on top of the notebook. I feel like maybe it would be better if I take and I show you up close. You can see the coffee stains on my table and everything a bit more closely. So you can see that there's this miniature like classic Hong Kong canteen table there, and I just love the details here. And on the back there's actually like a milk tea stain, and also she put here, is this the date? And actually it might be, I'm not sure, but it says 2018 29th of September if you read the date in that way. Well, it seems to me like it's a date, and it's actually my birthday. I wasn't born in 2018, but my birthday is the 29th of September. So that's a coincidence. I love that. And then this one I just went to get from our wall. It has a little like tape at the back, and this is just the Hong Kong skyline. And it has a stamp for 1st of July 1998, so I don't know if this is actually all the way from then, and if it is from 1998, I'm so grateful to have been sent this beautiful postcard. Hong Kong big night glimmers like stars. It's really, really beautiful, but this is the one that I've been having on my wall. Here you can see my phone stand from the reflection. And then this one, here's a few inside of this one. Actually, now if I'm filming with my other hand, it will be a bit difficult for me to get them out, but there we go. This is another one that has like classic Hong Kong like items on it. Well, not items, but like well, it's Sunday morning. I'm not exactly sure what I can't remember the name for them. Like things that like landmarks, maybe that's the one. The Star Ferry, which crosses the harbor between Hong Kong Island and mainland, like the part of Hong Kong that's on the mainland. There's a lot of these like neon signs for pawn shops, which is very classic as well. The clock tower, which I actually haven't visited, I think. These postcards are just so beautiful. Oh, the whole Hong Kong Post Crossing Meetup 2023. She of course has sent me a few medical related things as well, which I really appreciate. And also some postcards from like different parts of Hong Kong that she's written on the back about. It's really cool. So this was apparently an old hospital that was converted into like a place where they hold like markets for postcards or stationery, or like they have like DIY workshops there. I just love these, and they just give me like such a tangible feel for Hong Kong. And this is a envelope that I just recently got, and I am going to be treasuring this gorgeous Year of the Snake stamp that she sent with it. It's very, very, very cool. Once again, one-handed, it's a little bit difficult, but I think I will manage. So, actually, there's a lot of goodies in this one. I feel like maybe I'm going to put the phone back on the stand so that I can use both of my hands. Okay, so let me organize these and put them back into their envelopes. Okay, there's a lot of exciting things here. I'm gonna show you the thing first that I'm the most excited about, which is ta-da, a gorgeous Yoshitomo Nara postcard. And I believe that she got this actually from there was a 2021 memorial postcard set of artworks by Yoshitomo Nara, and I just love this, and I am very tempted to like put it on the cover of my next Hobonichi Cousin. As you might know, I have a series of Hobonichi Cousins, and they're the avec, so I have 2 books per year, and on the cover of all of them I have artwork by Yoshitomo Nara. They just bring me so much joy, and I never get bored at looking at them. And I am very happy to say I will be going to the Yoshitomo Nara exhibition that's coming to London. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'll be going with my sister. It's really beautiful. I just love it. And like the Yoshitomo Nara with the Chinese characters is in like a silver thing. Very cool. Okay, and then there's a few more postcards. So this is actually, as you might notice, from the same collection, same milk tea collection as the other one. And actually, it is the S-Lead bookstore in Hong Kong that has made these postcards. And you can see that this person's on the ferry, which is a very classic thing in Hong Kong. You can see the skyline there a little bit of Hong Kong Island, and then there's like bookshelves on the ferry, and I love that. And there's also another like milk tea stain here, and a little guy that says, "This make my day," and he's holding a cup of milk tea. So I love that. And actually it's a bit out of the frame, but I have my paper bag from S-Lead bookstore just there, and I hold all of my other paper bags in the S-Lead bookstore paper bag. And then there's a few more postcards which show like Hong Kong in like 1930 or 1950, and then the same area but in the modern day. And that's just really cool. And she's written little notes on the back, which I really appreciate. It's really cool. These things make me very happy, and I've noticed myself like getting very into postcards as a result. And actually I went to the Victoria and Albert Museum recently, and I got these beautiful, they're very big though, like compared to like the usual postcard size. These are very big postcards, but I love this one so much. And then this is actually a statue at the V&A, which I have made a drawing of before, like a really big A3 size drawing, and I gifted it to my sister, the one who's after me. So I believe it's in her possession now, but I really love this. And I also got the little pin that they were selling of the same piece of art, and I have that on my pencil case at the moment, and it matches Maybe not with the vibes, but it matches with the color of my little Hattie Fattener charm. I love this like silly collection of things on my pencil case. So yeah, these are some of my own personal finds of kind of bigger notebooks. Not notebooks, postcards. Okay, and then there was some goodies that she also included here. I've already used up some of the washi tape, but she has really cool like Hong Kong related washi tape. She even has like special edition travelers company Hong Kong washi tape, which I treasure. So every time that she puts a little, I kind of savor it and put it here and there in my notebooks. There's a little note on the back of this mini postcard, and it has the Star Ferry and the Hong Kong skyline. You can see how much I love Hong Kong from me talking about this. Some Miffy stickers, which I've already put one of them into good use. They're really cute, really cute. Another kind of travel sticker. And I'm not sure what this is, but it's a beautiful kind of vintage memorabilia of something. And then also there's another kind of medically related book cover, but it's a postcard of the book cover of a book called Man and the Vertebrates. So you can see a skeletal view of a man, and then a few other vertebrates. And I love this lizard. So these lizards, I'm not sure what they're called in English, but they are considered like dragons, like dragon lizards or something like that. That's definitely not the actual name, but they're very big lizards and they live in water, and I love them. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel before, but I used to have a lizard. When we lived in Florida, I had a big, I guess it was quite a big bearded dragon. He was a chunky boy. His name was Xerxes, but he would not have survived the move to Finland, where it's very cold and very dry. So he needed to be somewhere where it's humid and hot, like in Florida. So I had to leave him to a very good home in Florida, but he was a lovely bearded dragon. I loved him very much, and I miss him a lot. I love lizards. I've talked about my love for crocodiles before on this channel as well. Okay, so these are the postcards and goodies I wanted to show you. All right, and the last stop of things that I'm excited to show, oh yes, it's in here, is the goodies that I got from yesterday. I'm gonna move this letter out of the way. First things first, I got a beautiful postcard that is only temporarily at the front cover, because it cheered me up so much and like comforted me somehow. Maybe not cheered me up, but it comforted me when I found it yesterday. I'm trying to find a place for everything. So yes, yesterday when we were at the art market, I had a little look around and I found a few really sweet things. And these days, like I said, I'm really into postcards, and I love getting them like for myself, but also for my pen pals. So it kind of gives an extra excitement whenever I get something, because I know that it can also reach the hands of a friend via the post. This is something that I did get for myself, and I'm thinking of framing it and putting it like in my common corner somewhere. You can see from the tour that I made a few weeks ago that I have a lot of things behind me on the wall, and this is something that I want to put somewhere that I can see it very often. So maybe actually not behind me in the wall, but maybe somewhere else. It's really a beautiful illustration, and this illustration is by an artist who goes by the name October 14th. I have her sticker here. October 14th. This is her business card. It's just a sticker with an illustration on it. So most of the things that I'm about to show you are by Chloe, is her name, but she goes by October 14th. And she really cleverly has like repurposed like magazine papers and made little envelopes out of them. I was so like, I love that so much. Okay, so there's one thing here that's not by her, which I'll show you in a bit. Or is this one? Yeah. So the first thing that I got from her was this beautiful illustration. I'm gonna flip to the page that has her, yeah. And then you can see that I've already used up 2 of her like breakfast stickers. I was having a good morning this morning and I was enjoying my coffee, so hence those. And I also like that I put my timestamp a bit lower down on the page than usual. It gives a bit of something else to the page. So I got actually 2 of these sticker sets because I'm thinking of sending another one of them in one of my letters. And then this was another beautiful illustration that I got from her. Free the heart from noises. It kind of goes hand in hand with the other one, kind of speaking a bit about like inviting calmness into your life and being kind to yourself and appreciating yourself and spending time meditating and spending time in silence with yourself. This is something that I'm trying to do a lot more these days when life feels so busy. And I appreciated her illustrations on this topic a lot. Then there's a few stickers that I of course could not resist picking up. These are beautiful. You could buy them individually or in these little sticker packs. And they were very, very affordable, which I really appreciated as a student. And I love her handmade little drawings on here as well. And yes, October 14, Chloe. So you can actually see all of them here. So I'm not gonna open this one up yet, but I do want to open up the other one with you. These are beautiful. I really love kind of getting my stickers from these independent artists that I haven't met before, haven't seen before, but I kind of discover them in person somewhere. And then I get to support their work then and there and talk with them about their work and the meaning behind it. Oh, I think it's just the best. Like, this is what really resonates with me, and I think this is the way I enjoy collecting my stationery. These are beautiful. Oh, so excited to have these in my books. And then I got a collection of postcards. They're a really gorgeous texture, and they have kind of this, yeah, they have this proper texture on them, and they have her items on here, her kind of what is it called, her details, and they are a collection of Hong Kong street food. It's a Hong Kong street food series, and I was just really drawn to their, like, she has done everything by colored pencil, it seems, and she's put a little like color palette at the bottom, as you can see, and I love that so much. Oh, not at the last one, but yeah, really cool. There's one of the 3 stuffed treasures. Often in Hong Kong you can get these, you can go to these street markets and you can choose what you want to be grilled on this little grill, and it's really delicious. Then we have the lettuce soup. I think there's another name for this, but yeah, lettuce soup with some fish. And then of course everyone's favorite, the egg waffles. There's a lot of different waffles that you can get in Hong Kong, and the egg waffle especially is very delicious. They have like a specific like thing to make them with, and there's really cute details on here. She's included the ingredients, everything that's listed on like in the illustration, and then yeah, like a guide that has a little voice bubble talking about the street food. And these are just beautiful. Some deep fried squid tentacles. Very delicious, but I was nervous to try them for the first time. Fish siu mai. This is like a specific, like, how to say it? Like steamed snack. Some tofu. It's called stinky tofu. And then some char siu, which is like a Cantonese dish. It's like barbecued pork. It has a very specific flavor. I used to be completely vegetarian, but since I met my partner, he encouraged me to try some Cantonese food that had meat in it, and it was very delicious. So every now and then, to kind of appreciate the culture and Cantonese food, I do eat meat, and I do enjoy this a lot. It's such a beautiful collection of postcards. I think it had this like string around here to close it. I just really loved her little shop at the market. It was just so clever, and there was a lot of other things that I also wanted to get. But I think we're gonna see her at other markets as well, so I will be able to stock up on her beautiful things later on. Okay, thank you for joining me in having a look at these beautiful things. And if any of my pen pals are watching, you might get some of these, hopefully soon. Yes, so that was by October 14th. Okay, and then, oh, she was also from Hong Kong. So the two shops that just something really stood out to me, by coincidence, or maybe not, they were both from Hong Kong. So in this whole market, the two, like, I don't know, maybe there was more artists from Hong Kong, but these two people, October 14th and Kaylee Illustration, they were both from Hong Kong, and that was a fun thing that we kind of talked about. So from Kaylee Illustration, I got 2 stickers, as well as a postcard that she actually just gave to me as a freebie. So these are the 2 sweet little stickers that I got from her. A little holographic heart and a lucky cat. They're very cute. And the holographic stickers are something that, like, I do tend to hold on to them for a while before I use them. Because I really like looking at them every now and then the right time will come when I want to use them. So I just hold on to that and wait for that moment. And then Kaylee gave me a beautiful illustration which says in both Chinese characters as well as in English, "Home is where your heart is." And I know it's a bit of a cliche sentence, but I truly, it's something that reassures me as a person who's, I've moved countries every 5 years in my life. So home has always been a bit of an ambiguous concept for me. I've only lived in Finland for a bit more than 10 years of my life. Actually, yeah, I think 11 years. I'm in my 20s, and I've lived in Finland for less than half of my life. But I was born in Finland, and I consider that to be my kind of country of origin, if you will. And it is where I feel the most at home. Whenever I return to Finland, I have a deep feeling of, like, knowing that I know this place, and my culture is also very Finnish, even though it's now mixed with a lot of other cultures, having lived in Finland, Germany, the US, in Florida, and now in the UK, in London. But still, yeah, so home is always something that I find myself thinking a lot about and sometimes feeling confused about. So when she gave me this postcard as a freebie, it warmed my heart a lot. And yeah, she's from Hong Kong as well, but she's lived in the UK for 8 years now. So we kind of resonated with each other on this feeling of, yeah, making a home wherever you go. I think I might even just put it on the wall like this. I enjoy the little cardboard like frame. Okay, so that was from Kaylee Illustrations. And here you can also see some washi tape from the pen pal from Hong Kong. I've been thinking a lot about Hong Kong recently, as you can see. I miss it a lot. I think Hong Kong is another place. I've only been there twice, and in total I've been there for like 35 days, something like that. But it's the one place that I haven't lived in, but I feel like home when I go there. It's a very strange feeling, going somewhere that you haven't really lived in, but it feels like home. It feels comfortable and familiar, and it just fits with my brain. The city just feels good for my brain. So yeah, I miss it a lot. I believe you saw these pages already, because I made a video only about 5 days ago. Since then, there's been some fun things that have happened. On Tuesday, on Tuesday I think I spent the day at home. I've been doing a lot more journaling that's very minimal. Oh, there's a ambulance going by. I live next to a hospital, so kind of makes sense. Yeah, I've been journaling a lot on pages that are just plain. I don't add a lot to them. Okay, and I go back and I see just a bunch of things on my pages, but somehow like this page just existed as very blank at first. I did add a little bit of color to like make something pop out that was very important to me. And then I have a little just memory from going to a very yummy Korean restaurant with our friends on Wednesday. We were planning the trip to France that we're gonna take at the end of April. So we went to a Korean place to plan our trip to France. It was very fun. And as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the times these days I'm using these top sections as like little inboxes of ideas that come into my mind. So it's a mixture of ideas and to-do lists, but I just want to make sure that I look at these things, because I always go back to these little top sections in my pages, and at the end of every week I go through them and make sure that I haven't missed anything. So I'm gonna do that in a little bit. Does worrying help? No, worrying doesn't help. I sometimes find it very funny, like what I note down in these sections. Okay, this is something very special that I want to note for you all. So on Wednesday of this week, I got to hold a journaling workshop for first year medical students. I was very honored to be invited by someone that worked for the medical school to have a workshop for first year medical students about journaling, and I hosted it entirely by myself, which was very cool. I've only previously hosted some like creative workshops, like I've been co-hosting them, so with someone else, but this is the first time that I hosted a workshop by myself for some first years. Oh, I've gotten some coffee on the cuff of my shirt. And it went really well. It was really amazing to kind of talk to these students about my story of journaling and see them engage and ask questions. And I did a little poll in the beginning, and half of them have never journaled ever. And then like a bit less than a half journals maybe once a month, so writes down their feelings and emotions maybe once a month. And then there was like I think one person or two people that write on a weekly basis, or somehow write down their thoughts on a weekly basis. But no one writes every day, and no one writes even half of the days in a week. But it was really cool to talk to people who would never journal and have never journaled in their life. And then I kind of gave out these little journals to the people that didn't have any, or they were given them by the workshop. And I brought my fountain pens, and they all used my fountain pens in our journaling session at the end of the workshop. And it was just a joy. And everyone was so receptive. And the people that have never journaled before said that they're going to go buy a journal. I might have maybe just by showing my Hobonichi books, a lot of them fell in love with them. So I think there's going to be a few more people added to the community who uses Hobonichi notebooks. It was very cool, and I got a lot of like excitement for that, for my dissertation as well, which is, some of it is about this process of engaging in creative writing or journaling or in any other creative method to talk about your lived experience, and using that as a way to share your story with other people, specifically within the medical student community, to talk about our like lived experience of hardships in medical school, because that's something that everyone kind of encounters at one point or another. Then I was kind of missing color, so I added in a few red highlights here. I've been using my mocha pot to make coffee these days because I ran out of my filters, but my parents, who are coming next week, are bringing me some filters from Finland, because I don't know if there's that much of a difference between different filters for filter coffee, but I prefer the ones from Finland. And they're a lot more affordable as well. Yeah, so on Thursday I was just back at the hospital and working on my dissertation. Same thing for Friday. And this is a few things from my happy mail letter. And then yesterday there's a bit of things missing because I was at the market for the whole day, and then we are for today. But I think with my friend coming to do some travel journaling, I'll also take some time to write down about the events of yesterday. So I want to write about all of that, and yeah. All right, I believe I've been enjoying a little hangout for an hour now. I had a great time hanging out with you. I really enjoyed this way of like filming, where I'm just talking about whatever comes to my mind. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me as well. And I hope to see you again soon. I am feeling a lot better. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm feeling a lot better these days. My health is like coming back to me, and yeah, so hopefully there might not be another video next weekend because my parents are coming over, so I might not have time, but I'm gonna keep flowing with it. Yeah, okay. I hope the week is treating you well, as I always hope, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.